Welcome to Trendwave For You, where real talk meets real life. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into the heart of what matters most, relationships. But not just any perspective. We're handing the mic to women. From silent frustrations to unspoken expectations, from emotional labor to evolving roles, we're unpacking it all. This is Women Perspectives on Relationship Concerns, raw, honest, and long overdue. So whether you're tuning in to understand, relate, or grow, stay with us. This wave is one you don't want to miss.
It's like, when you think about what really makes life, good, like really satisfying, fulfilling relationships are right up there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Huge.
They shape how happy we are and like even our self-worth, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
How we grow.
Absolutely.
And, while every relationship's different,
Right.
we've been looking at some super interesting research and stuff about some of the things that a lot of women deal with in relationships.
Yeah.
What's interesting is how much of this stuff crosses cultures.
Absolutely.
Like things we've read from the Western world to stuff from Nigeria even.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really fascinating how many of these concerns are shared
Totally.
across different backgrounds and cultures.
Yes, so this isn't like trying to put everyone in the same box or anything.
Oh, no, not at all.
But more like, let's look at these anxieties and actually talk about them.
Right.
So we can maybe understand each other better.
Exactly. And hopefully, help people have relationships that are healthier and more fulfilling.
Totally. So from everything we've been reading,
Yeah.
like 8 main things kept coming up.
Okay.
We're going to go through them all.
Awesome.
My first one's huge.
Yeah.
Trust and loyalty.
Yeah. You can't have a relationship without trust.
Exactly.
Right.
Like literally the bedrock.
Right.
Our sources were saying how much betrayal like really affects women deeply.
Yeah. And it's not even always like the big stuff, like someone cheating on you,
Right.
but like little things, like if you tell your partner something in confidence and then they go and tell someone else,
Right.
or you had like an unspoken agreement about something,
Right.
and then they break it. Those little things,
Yeah.
over time, that really wears away at the trust just as much as the big stuff.
It's like you said, that feeling of security.
Mm-hmm.
Like knowing your partner's all in with you.
Yeah.
They're honest with you.
Yeah.
It's like this safety net. And then if that gets messed with, it's like the whole relationship's shaky.
The whole foundation is messed up.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that leads right into our next big concern.
Okay.
Communication.
Oh, yeah.
Not just how much you talk,
Right.
but what you're actually saying.
Yeah, like all the stuff we've been reading really stressed how important it is for women to feel like they're really being heard, like truly understood.
Yeah.
It's not just two people like talking at each other.
Right.
It's about your partner listening to you and saying like, yeah, I get why you feel that way.
Exactly, validating those feelings.
Yeah, and when women feel like their feelings are ignored or dismissed, that's a huge problem.
Huge. So communication's all about that connection. Right?
Exactly, that feeling of being on the same page.
Yeah.
When you try to talk about something that's bothering you and your partner gets defensive or just ignores it,
Right.
that's so disheartening.
Yeah.
Open, honest communication is so important.
Yeah.
Where you feel like you can really talk to each other without being judged.
And the conversations are respectful and kind.
Okay, this is interesting.
What?
Like communication and gender roles are really tied together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So our next point is about all this pressure from gender roles. It's crazy how this stuff adds another layer of complexity to communication and expectations in relationships.
Right.
And it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
Like we saw this in both the Western world and in Nigeria.
It's really fascinating how culture shapes these expectations.
Right.
Like in Nigeria, there's a lot of pressure on women to be the perfect wife and mother
And on top of that.
and homemaker.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are also working and taking care of family.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
And even though things might look different in the West, there's still so much pressure to juggle everything.
For sure.
Like being successful in your career and being independent, but also being this amazing supportive partner.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly walking a tightrope,
Right.
trying to balance your own ambitions with what's expected of you in the relationship.
So it's like no matter where you are, there's this expectation that women should do it all.
Yeah.
Like be the primary caregiver and support their partner's dreams and all this stuff. And often their own needs and dreams end up taking a backseat.
Right. And when that happens, and when those roles aren't shared equally or even acknowledged, it's no wonder there's so much resentment and frustration.
Yeah, totally. And that can definitely lead to feeling betrayed or insecure in the relationship.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to infidelity.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's something that happens everywhere.
It doesn't matter what culture you're from.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that infidelity isn't just about physical intimacy.
Right.
For a lot of women, emotional infidelity can be just as hurtful, if not more so.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's like when your partner is emotionally unavailable to you, or they're connecting deeply with someone else, but not you.
Yeah, like maybe they're always confiding in someone else about their problems or looking for emotional support outside the relationship instead of coming to you.
Yeah, it's like that feeling of safety and security you thought you had. It just gets shattered.
Yeah, and it can be so hard to come back from that.
It really can.
Like the research shows how much damage it can do to your self-esteem and your ability to trust anyone again.
So then it's like this fear of losing yourself in the relationship.
Right.
Which was another big concern that came up.
Yeah, that fear that you'll lose sight of your own dreams and passions.
Exactly.
Because you're so focused on what your partner wants and needs.
And it's especially common when you feel like you have to put your partner first all the time.
Yeah, and what's really important here is that women want to be in relationships where they can still pursue their own goals, you know, where their dreams are supported and encouraged.
Like healthy relationships should help both people grow.
Exactly.
Not hold each other back.
Right. Without that space to be yourself and chase your dreams, you're going to end up feeling frustrated and unfulfilled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads into the whole balancing act of career and relationships.
Another tricky one.
Yeah. And it's like those societal expectations we were talking about really come into play here.
For sure. In both the Western world and Nigeria, there's this pressure on women to be successful in their careers and also be amazing wives and mothers.
And it's exhausting.
It is. You're constantly running around trying to do it all.
Yeah. And feeling guilty that you're not doing enough, either work or at home.
Right. It's like you can never win.
So it's like, how do you be independent and career driven, but also be that supportive partner?
That's tough.
Yeah. And the research really emphasizes how important it is for partners to understand and respect each other's career ambitions and to share the load at home.
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise, it's just too much for one person to handle.
Right. And speaking of too much to handle, let's talk about societal expectations in general.
Oh, yeah, those are a biggie.
Huge. They put so much pressure on women.
Everywhere.
Like in Nigeria, there's this strong cultural expectation for women to get married, have kids, and be the perfect homemaker. And even though it's different in the West, there's still this pressure to have it all.
Like the perfect career, the perfect relationship, the perfect family.
It's like this impossible standard.
Yeah. And what the research highlights is that this pressure to live up to some ideal version of what a relationship should be, it causes so much stress and anxiety and frustration.
It can totally taint your view of relationships from the start.
Yeah, and make you feel unhappy, even if you're in a good one.
So lastly, there's this need for emotional support.
Ah, yeah, such a fundamental human need.
Totally. Our sources talked about how important this is in every relationship, but it seems especially crucial for women.
Yeah, women really value having partners who are there for them emotionally.
Yeah.
Who can share in their joys and be there for them when things are tough.
Like that emotional connection is what makes you feel really close and secure in the relationship.
Absolutely.
So what happens when that support's not there?
The research is pretty clear. You end up feeling disconnected and isolated and even like you don't matter.
Even if you're in a committed relationship.
Even then.
So it's like this feeling of being lonely even when you're with someone.
Exactly.
And it just shows how important it is to be with someone who gets you, who understands your emotional needs and is there for you through thick and thin.
Absolutely.
So thinking about everything we've talked about, it's interesting how these concerns are shared by women all over the world.
Yeah, they might look a little different depending on the culture.
Right.
But the core issues are the same.
Trust and loyalty, communication,
Yep.
gender roles, infidelity,
Right.
keeping your sense of self,
Yeah.
balancing work and relationships, societal pressures,
Absolutely.
and needing emotional support.
It's all connected.
Yeah. And it shows that there are some basic human needs that everyone has,
Readily.
no matter where you come from.
Like the need for trust and honesty,
Yeah.
open communication, and feeling supported emotionally.
So if we want to have better relationships, we have to understand and respect these things.
Absolutely. It's not just about figuring out what women need.
Right.
It's about recognizing that everyone needs to feel safe and respected in a relationship
Totally.
and supported.
Yeah, so how can we actually build those kinds of relationships?
Well, I think it starts with talking to each other.
Like really talking.
Yeah, open and honestly.
And being willing to challenge those old-fashioned ideas.
Yeah, the ones that put all the pressure on one person.
Exactly. So we can create relationships that are based on trust and equality.
And where both people can grow.
Exactly. So as you're thinking about all this, what really stood out to you?
Yeah.
And what can we actually do to build those kinds of relationships?
Right, like relationships that are based on trust and equality and where both people feel supported and can grow.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But hopefully this gives you some things to chew on.
Yeah, food for thought for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
That was great.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to Trendwave for you. We've only scratched the surface of the complexities and beauty behind women's perspectives on relationships, and I hope today's conversation has sparked some thought, or maybe even helped you see things in a new light. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it, and be sure to subscribe so you never miss a wave. We'll keep bringing you honest, no-holds-barred discussions that matter. Until next time, keep listening, keep growing, and as always, stay true to yourself.